This whole thing started with a group chat that we were part of. And I was just like telling Eric about these like crazy questions that I was asked when people find out that I'm gay. And we just got ridiculous.
So we came up with this great idea to incorporate gay, straight, transgender, whatever you identify as, and bring everyone here, have a conversation, and let's help bridge the gap between gay, straight, everyone.
Show the world that we're more alike than we are different. Because I think
we're all human beings. We're all people.
Exactly.
We all have hearts and love.
But we just look fierce.
So here we go.
I'm Anderson.
And I'm Eric.
And this is
Straight Talk.
What does being gay mean to you? What does being gay mean to you?
Being gay for me is a way of explaining to other people that you have one sex or one sexual identity and you're attracted to other people that identify with the same sex. So if you identify as being a male or a man, maybe you have a penis, maybe you don't, you're attracted to men. And same thing with women and women.
What does being gay mean for you, Lily?
For me, basically just being myself. I mean,
is it a defining factor for you?
It's not a defining factor for me at all.
It's just a thing. It's just another thing that's Lily.
I'm just Lily.
I like that. I feel being gay is the label society has created. There's all of these labels and all of these categories. It's a way to like
help understand
people, but I do feel
different.
Society has taken it so far where it's you have to be exactly this and fit into these things.
Yeah.
You have to be.
And I feel like that's how the stereotypes form. Like, you know, if you say that you're gay and because you're gay, you should like this, you should like that. For me, it's nothing to me. It's just like, I'm like with you. It's just another part of Anderson, you know?
Exactly.
But we do have the straight people in the house.
Woo!
So let's see.
We made it!
Wait, so Kyle, here's my question. So what is being gay? You're not gay, but what does that mean for you?
I feel like there are 7 billion people in the world. There are 7 billion types of person. We can't deal with 7 billion categories of thing, right?
Yes.
So you've got to find ways like race, sexuality, nationality, to kind of like lump people together and enough to where you can kind of understand another person.
It's not something that completely identifies or
doesn't
defines a person. Like, yeah, it helps us to like, oh, where are you from? What's your like background?
Kind of like a subgroup.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's not
Right.
an ultimate definition of who that person is. That person can be anybody.
It's a story you can understand quickly, but it's not the whole story.
Right. I like that.
I like that.
Society sees me as gay, so I feel like I'm gay.
Wait, hold up. Wait.
Yes?
Stop for 1 second.
What?
You're straight.
Correct.
But
Wouldn't believe it.
go ahead. Elaborate, please.
Oh, I just mean people assume I'm gay right away. Like, oh, so you're gay. And it's like, oh, you don't even know my name. But all right.
What makes people do that?
I'm not sure. I thought it was my confidence. That's all I thought.
He has a lot of confidence.
It's gotta be gay.
Be
That
gay.
confidence, and I'm like, I'm not cool enough to be gay. That's what I've always thought. I've always like, oh, I missed out. But yeah, if I'm not gay.
It's a really cool time to be gay right now.
But don't you feel that?
It
I
really
feel
is.
that.
Gay
It's
is
a
in.
great time to
Oh,
be
yeah.
gay.
Don't you feel like from the time that when you were a teenager to now, there's so much that has happened in that time span that I kind of feel really, I kind of walk in a little taller than
I
I'm
mean,
gay.
I can
I'm
remember.
gay.
I was raised in a very Southern Baptist environment, so it was already very homophobic. But even still, the difference between people's mentalities in that culture from then until now has changed drastically.
Yeah.
I feel much more comfortable being able to walk down the street in those areas as a gay man and not worry, are people going to think I'm gay? Is something going to happen to me?
Right.
Whereas as a teenager, that was a very strong fear that I had.
As a gay man, I don't think I've ever had a fear of being gay. I think I've always known and felt that I was gay, and I never tried to hide that in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
First of all, I can't really hide it. I'm straight. Hi, I'm Anderson. No. Did not work. So I realized in a sense that I was sort of lucky to have that sort of confidence. But what I'm happy with now is that the world kind of is sort of starting to see us as, whatever. Oh, you're gay. Okay, great.
Starting to see us as people.
Exactly. Opposed
Rather
to
than a something
going back to what you say,
Right.
it's not a huge part of us. It's just one thing
about us.
about us. Exactly.
On that note, what is sexuality to you?
Well, last night was.
What?
Well, sexuality for me is it's something that we can use to define ourselves, but it's
Yes.
also something that I view as very fluid and changing. So when I first came out as gay, my sexuality was something very fixed. Like, when I'm having sex, this is what I'm doing, this is the type of person that I'm doing that with, and this is why.
Okay.
And then as I'm getting older and I'm kind of questioning my own identity, questioning my own desires, I'm realizing that who I'm having sex with and what I'm doing with them is actually evolving and changing.
I think it's something that, like, of course there's a spectrum of completely heterosexual to completely homosexual. Certain people identify themselves more, like, that's a more dominant trait in their personality is their sexuality. Some people, like, are completely, like, undefined by their sexuality. They're defined by something else in their life.
Well, I feel like just like there's a scale of like sexual preference, like homosexual versus heterosexual, I think there's also many different shades of sexuality, even in how you interact with someone. Some people might say, oh, like a little hug is brimming on the edge of sexuality because it involves physical touch. For other people, sexuality might only be having sex, you know? So I think that there's like a sexual way of being that may be sexuality or might not be. You know?
Welcome back to Straight Talk, bros.
Well, I have a penis.
I get so frustrated and angry, I don't even know if I can explain.
Sometimes you feel like you don't have the strength to be the poster child for your identity.